Can you guys hear me? I can't hear anybody, so I'm trying to get things figured.
I can hear you, but I can't hear anybody at the town.
I can't either.
Travis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
I can't. It's Linda. I'm at home. I can't hear anything else.
Oh, I can't.
We can hear you, Linda, and I can hear Travis. We just can't hear the town.
Maybe they opened it?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're talking.
Oh, no, I had a small trailer.
There's a dog somewhere.
Testing real tech, 1, 2, 3.
I can see everything.
I can hear you.
Thank you.
How is the sound, Travis?
Pretty good. It's
Okay,
good now.
okay, great.
Yep.
Okay, so we have added under, I had any other public comments from people who can finally hear us?
I got something I'd like to mention if I can.
Under public comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got an email from the state today. Jeanette and I did. I'm sure she probably saw it as well, but they're.
And under highway. The grant?
Can you hear about what?
The grant for the hydro seeder?
No, it's about the line painting on our class 2 roads. They didn't think the state, there's a paint shortage, so they're not sure if they're going to be able to get all of our class 2 roads done anywheres in the state. I mean, there's a shortage and they let us all know, that's all.
Oh, well, that's bad news, but thank you for letting us know.
It just means no fresh yellow lines on like Handle Road or Dover Hill or any of those that are our class 2 roads, that they won't be refreshened up this year. That's all.
Any other public comments? Hearing none, we will now continue with Travis. So under public comments, before we get into the agenda items, Jim McDivitt took pictures of the Tamarind Road Bridge and spoke with Bradboro Roofing and Sheet Metal. And the guy there, is this the guy's name? Daniel? Okay. Danielle is a woman. Dan said he would be interested in it. So can you get a quote? Well, he said time and materials, but I'd like to know what kind of time he thinks it might be.
Yeah, absolutely. On getting the copper work finished, right? On the peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think this is on the peak.
Well, it's
Yeah, like this piece, you see this photograph at all? It's just standing up.
I know which one you were talking about because Bob and I had tried to hunt for somebody to do it years ago when I first started. So yes.
So that was nice of Jim to reach out to them and they are interested.
Okay.
All right.
I will get in touch with them then.
Okay. I will leave this here with Jeanette. So it's got his business card on it.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim, for getting that information. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Paving update, Travis.
So I called them after our meeting Wednesday morning and they said, well, we'll be there Saturday. So they started on Saturday and we hammered out 4,600 tons of asphalt. All of our roads that were due to be newly paved are covered. There only one that isn't finished yet is a Meek. Besides the stuff that we're gonna do in the springtime and what is to be done at the town garage, they've done well and jumped right on it. So
Great, amazing how that worked. Can you just tell everybody what roads received new paving this year, new paved roads?
the newly paved roads are a Meek Road and Captain Copeland and Ellis Brook all the way up to Ledge Road.
How far
That
does
fit.
Copeland go?
Captain Copeland goes 3,200 feet,
So more than
which
half
brings
mile.
us, yeah, it brings us right down to the corner off of the flat below Harris Road. So yeah,
Great.
yeah, it came out good.
Anything else on the paving? Any
Uh,
other comments?
They're gonna come back and finish a Meek and do the town garage yard. And then I think they'll be done until spring when they can do the grinding.
Good work, Travis. Thanks for getting on that and making them aware.
Yeah, no, thank you.
All right, also on highway, we have Handle Road update.
Yes, so I reached out to Mount Snow and apparently Mount Snow was supposed to reach out to me because we had a water issue that began on Handle Road a few years back, just up from the parking area at the Crosstown Trail. So I talked with them in the spring and then neither one of us, we were both got fairly busy through the summer, and this fall we reached out and Mount Snow said they were about to contact me because they had hired somebody that's going to come in and take care of that whole issue. The job will, I don't have a start date yet, but the job will start within the next few weeks. And I'll be there and make sure it's done to the town standards for our road purposes. And so that's it. I mean, they're gonna cover it. They're gonna take care of it. They're gonna make sure it's paved before winter. So,
I'm sure you'll stay on top of it.
yeah.
We have a comment?
Yes, I'm Sarah Bourne from Mount Snow. And
lack of a better representative they've sent me since everyone else is tied up. But, as Travis seems to be aware, we have hired Evans to do some work on that. We have tried to chase that leak for the longest time. I mean, we have dug up that location many, many times. And we believe that we know that it's not the pipe that we installed that's leaking. We've done pressure testing, closing all the valves, leak the pressure in there. There's been no leaks due to that. I think there's some kind of spring there that possibly that we changed when we put the pipe in. So it's definitely a recurring problem. We put sand down for the bedding for the pipe that we installed, and it definitely did something to the spring that was there. We definitely think it's spring water that's coming up, but we are going to go forward with the work and see, put in a culvert, a French drain perhaps from that spot over to the culvert on the side of the road to take care of the water, and hopefully it will not come to the surface anymore there. Could you hear all that, Travis?
Yep.
So thank you for coming in and speaking on behalf of Mount Snow. Appreciate it, Sarah. Anything else on this?
I have nothing. Nope.
Then Jeanette has the grant application for the hydro seeder.
Yes.
that The board needs to sign.
Yep.
So. Can I have it?
Thank you. I'm sorry. I should have brought that to the last meeting.
We can all sign this. So this is a letter of intent to participate in the municipal roads grants in aid program equipment purchase for our hydro seeder. Maximum award is $6,000 and it's got a 20% match. So I have a motion since this is due on the 8th and we will receive it this week.
I'll make a motion that we sign the letter of intent to participate in municipal roads grants and aid program equipment purchase. Document.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay. Anything else from the highway department?
Jay and I have been in contact from Newfane. We have been seeking out pricing on hydro seeders and things are looking pretty good. Like we're gonna get a good product, I believe. So I'll be in touch with some numbers at some point.
Anything else? Yes. All right. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys signing that. Sorry I didn't have it at the last meeting.
Fine. All right, next up is the assessor. Request to schedule a special meeting on reappraisal. Linda had reached out to me and I said I thought that she should come to the board so that we can find a convenient time for everybody. So, Linda, want to talk a little more about it? Unmute. You're muted.
How's that?
Good.
Much better.
Is that it?
Mhm.
Okay, so just looking to come up with a date, preferably before a regular board meeting to discuss reappraisal. I want to get on somebody's appointment book. It's looking that right now, 2025. So, which means values would be released for the 2025 grand list. So when you look at it like that, that's not that far off. Because I'm already into 22. So I would like to have some time, unless you'd prefer it, at a regular meeting to present you just with some numbers, basically what we're looking at possibly for costs, and hopefully get your permission for me to send out an RFP. The longer we wait, the longer it's gonna be. Numbers are not gonna be that good this coming year for our CLA and COD. So I would rather us begin this process and not have to be told by the state that we're mandated. That's just how I feel about it.
Okay, Linda, how long do you envision this conversation lasting? Because we're, you know, that only gives us a certain amount of time for a regular board meeting.
Maybe half an hour if we could meet at 6, if that's possible, or if you want to do it during the regular meeting, I don't have a problem either way. It's your call. That's sort of, I'm kind of leaving it in your lap. Or if you don't want to meet at all and you just want to okay me sending an RFP, I think you know what the market is like. I don't see that changing, which it's not because of the market, it's really because we're over 10 years out, and that's just that's too long. 2010.
Sarah?
Perhaps you could write up a proposal, an RFP document, a draft that you could send to us ahead of the meeting, and then we could come back.
Sure.
And that would probably shorten the timeline within the meeting for what we need to talk about.
Yes, I certainly, plan on doing that to give you, I do have a proposal, sort of a tentative, just to give, it was given to me as an idea of what we would be looking at. And since I've not ever done anything like this, I just want all the input from other towns that I can get. So I have a little idea of the process. So I will do that. And do you want to set up for the next meeting? And I will have something to you prior to that.
What's our agenda looking like for the second meeting of the month, Jeanette? It's 2 weeks out, certainly. Okay, and so Sarah suggests she'd rather do it during the regular meeting versus having an earlier meeting or a special meeting.
I mean, my concern is if the conversation doesn't
Okay.
longer than butts into, but if it's part of the meeting, we'll have a long meeting.
What's the rest of the board feel?
I like to see the proposal, solve the issue.
So, right, okay, so Jeanette, will you schedule that at some point during the under new business or an assessor's office or something for the next meeting? Yes. All right, the next meeting, Linda.
Okay. And I will, I'll have something to you prior to.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Okay. Any comments about that? All right. Unfinished business. We are moving to approve library sign permit fee waiver. Yay, as Tabby reminded me when I came in, it's been 6 months, so yeah.
To the day. So we won't charge us a fee. So I make a motion that we waive the fee for the library sign permit.
It's actually for the town of Dover. Sign permit.
Oh,
At
it's
the
the library. So I make a motion that we waive the fee to the town of Dover for the library sign permit.
Any discussion about this sign?
Any more is bad?
No. I don't know what more can be said. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
A brief comment, now that it's all approved, is that if, I don't know if this sign would come under the sign program or not, because it's a town sign.
No, I mean, it's coming out of one pot from another pot.
Okay,
You
No,
know,
I-
I think
that's fine. It just appeared in my head this afternoon. so
No.
That's fine.
I don't think that we're really a business. I think we are,
Yeah.
So this original copy of the sign permit, who should get this?
It's in my files. That's a copy for your records.
Okay, great.
And then now that it's approved, I will send out a letter to the town with the formal approval notice.
Great,
You have my signature.
great, thank you. And thank you, Scott, for working on that too. So now we get to approve the expenditure of $745 for the library sign improvements. And this is with Dennis and Beverly Tier, $745, which includes everything but the new upright posts. Somebody want to make that motion?
I make a motion that we approve the expenditure of $745 for the new library sign, less the new upright post.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The sign is off the agenda now. No, I'm good, we can say. You wanna change the color? So Jeanette was delighted to send us the 2020, 21, 22 new insurance rates, and they're down. Can you believe it? No, they're down. It's funny because that Blue Cross Blue Shield on this particular one's down, and across the board, they're pretty much down, and BP is way up. Because they. So, do we want to schedule, an agenda item to discuss and potentially approve the insurance and get it done early? It's not warned that way. Consider. So, the next agenda as well, so then we can, it'd be nice this year to get it done a little early. And then all set for budgeting and, it's nice that it's down for a change.
Yeah, the open enrollment actually begins on November 1st, so get in there, although they did extend it to January 31st.
And you know how this is, the motion is very convoluted and complex, so.
Yes, I can send.
So we really can't do it. There's no way, because there's a lot of verbiage, there's the different rates and the amount that we pay and the amount of the HRA that, you know, somebody wants all of that.
We need some sample motion language.
She's got it. She can
Oh,
write
I've got it from my.
it. She's got it, but we can't do it on the slide.
But it would mean. That actually maintain the employee contribution.
Right.
As it has been.
Right.
Get to those numbers if you want to just.
Then on the
For
next agenda,
the silver, for the
Yeah.
plan that we have currently.
yes. They're in the book, so we don't sign until we approve, but they're all in the book. We're going back to the worksheet. All right, so that's great. So we'll look for that on the agenda as well next meeting. And we have a letter from the North Branch Fire District. After this. So So this is dated August 30th. It's to the Westover Fire Department. To whom it may concern, North Branch Fire District needs to install a meter on your site. We realize that in the past, certain organizations have been exempted from having to pay for sewer charges. Our legal team has advised North Branch not to continue this practice. Please contact a Vermont licensed plumber to have one of our meters installed. North Branch will bill you for the meter in addition to what the plumber will charge you to install it. Signed, Helen Ferminski, administration. Did all departments get one of these?
No, I checked with Shelley the other day.
Yes,
Historical Society, got one.
guessing some of the other nonprofit church. Interesting that they picked the fire department.
We did not get one.
So this is on their special meeting for October 14th at the Dover Town Hall. It's this particular item on that. So
It's actually a continuance.
right, but there's
other
other
meeting, and then there's another full meeting that's
Right.
going to be addressing some other different issues.
in October. October 14th, I
Right,
believe.
yeah, that's the.
Another
question.
The Historical Society is primarily funded by the town of Dover. So if we pay for the water, we're paying with the taxpaying money to make it double taxation.
So,
Not gonna use any water, but it's just
just some background, they came to us a few years ago and they had voted not to exempt any of the town buildings or the school. And at that point, they were exempting only like the church and Twice Blessed and the Dover Historical Society. I believe. We put together what it might cost if we didn't offer town services, which include, you know, some plowing, dumping, and even the solar array tax credits should be under, which the North Branch is one of the recipients of. So I don't know how the vote's gonna go, but we should probably start pulling together the cost of all the services that the town provides. Yes, Jim?
Is it out of the realm to ask the North Branch to look at the opinion that their attorney gave? It's possible that that could be flawed or correct.
Sarah?
My opinion is that North Branch is very confident about that legal decision. If we wish to challenge it, we would need to get a legal comment from another source. But I don't believe that if we ask them to look at it again, the response is going to be identical. So I think if the town or any of the individual entities would like to challenge this, that we're going to have to come in with some legal comment of our own to respond.
I'll let Jen continue.
Well, I think that's ahead of the point. Assuming you may need to hire an attorney without even looking at the decision that their attorney made. I think you're putting the cart before the horse on that. I think you need to look at the opinion and then go from there as to what you may want to do with it.
You want to comment?
I think that I misunderstood what you were saying, because what I heard, and I'm probably may have been wrong, was that you wanted North Branch to comment on the decision they got.
No.
Okay, then I misheard you. I
I'd like
apologize.
to look at that decision.
Okay. And my understanding is that because that was a continuance from the previously warned hearing, but with this legal opinion, I'm not certain that they're actually going to bring it to a vote. I don't know for sure.
Well, I guess,
Because if their legal opinion is that they can't do it, because that's what their argument is, that they cannot do this, then they may say that supersedes the vote. I'm not sure, I'm just,
Sarah and Rich?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, I just came from the church meeting discussing this topic tonight, next door.
And they gave us a copy of the warning that was in the newspaper. It also mentions, the Dover Town Offices, West Dover Fire Department, Dover Police Department, Dover Elementary School, Dover Historical Society, West Dover Church, and Twice Plus as the entities that are, and it says it's, according to the warning, it says that it will be a vote, on the 14th.
So they're putting it in front of the North Branch Fire District voters, and, you know, I don't think that they don't have to allow us and haven't had to. It's been a courtesy and it's been a mutual understanding between the town in exchange for, shared services. And last time, we asked Bobby to put together all the numbers, and the numbers came back and they voted, to keep us in. So if they're, I don't know if they're basing it on, you know, sharing the pain for everybody. I mean, Dover School does have children from East Dover 10 that do not live in the West Dover, in the North Branch Fire District. So I don't, or is it legal opinion, or is it both? I don't know. I'm sure it will be a lively discussion, lots of warrant articles. So it's a floor vote, I believe. Does it say it's a floor vote or a ballot vote?
It doesn't say the floor vote. I mean,
Yes.
if it's the same as it was before it was continued, it's a floor vote.
Okay, then if it's the same. So, so comments should be able to be had. It doesn't look like it's a ballot. Jeanette,
But it says town offices, we do not receive a letter from them.
it sounds like a lot of the town, although the fire department is municipally funded fire department. Yes, you may.
So what I'm wondering is, 'cause I called and asked, I said, do you guys understand that we're a municipal department? It's a town building just like all the other towns. And they went on to say, oh yeah, we understand that. We're gonna get the town hall, you know, town office and the library. I'm like, well, they're not on sewer anyway, so you're not gonna get them. But I think there's a little bit of confusion there. And I know that I had actually met with the fire district previous to this new concoction the board and group. And, you know, they actually did have numbers, what it would cost, what they would actually get from the town. I know that the people that wanted to make some changes felt that it shouldn't just be the fire district that pays for, you know, the pain, that they wanted the whole town because the town gets it. You know, but again, like you said, and I didn't realize the town gets some of the credits, the solar credits up at the.
The town and the North Branch both do.
Okay, because the North Branch also gets credits from the school array. They use the largest amount from the solar array at school too.
So, yeah, you can check with Marco. I'm pretty sure that the North Branch was included in the original, if we had any left over.
Well, I know the town.
We used all we could.
From the school.
Yeah,
So how are you able to use from the one at the landfill?
we don't,
Oh, you don't?
we don't,
Oh,
because we're only using the school. The guy to ask is Marco.
well,
So,
it's, you know, I don't know, I asked you guys, I didn't know how you want me to respond to this. I talked to Randy and I talked to Jeanette, and nobody else seemed to have gotten it. Then I know that, Dan had come in and said, well, we got one for the church got one and the historical society and Vice Blessed. So that's why I wanted to check, just make sure there wasn't some confusion. But I don't know what you folks all want me to do. I don't know if you want me to hire a plumber, put a meter in there.
well, the vote is happening in a week and a half, so I think that we all would like to wait until after the vote. We would encourage anybody who has an opinion on this, who is a voter of North Branch, to certainly attend the meeting. In the meantime, I think we need to start putting our numbers together, because this is not just all of a sudden a revenue stream. They're gonna have to pay for some services that they enjoy too. Eric,
Also, keep in mind that this is in addition to their request for what I believe was 25% of our ARPA funding.
Right.
So they're coming after a lot of things.
Thank you for refreshing my memory. Tabby,
Question that I have is, if this is coming from a legal standpoint where we are not allowed to give away services, then maybe we should have our attorney review what that is to make sure if the language is such that they legally cannot give things away, and we would have to either reciprocate services or come up with some sort of a cross contract. That's one thing. If they're just saying we don't want to give something away, that's different than legally not being allowed to. So I think that we should maybe take a small investment and take a look at what that wording of that decision from their attorney is, because if it is a statute that they cannot, as a municipality, give something for free, then we have to take a different tactic than if it's just pay us. So it might behoove us just to understand that language first.
so that means we have to get the opinion.
Exactly.
So, can we try to get the opinion, Jeanette? And, we'll call Helen and get the opinion, because we'd like to probably have that available for representatives who are gonna be at the meeting on the 14th, for sure. And if you get it, if we can run it through our legal. That makes sense. You're moderating that meeting? So Sarah is not probably available to make any commentary on it without completely stepping down from the,
Which I can do, and I can vote.
right, of course you can, but
I would probably bring.
All right, something else.
well, let's see what we can get. Joe is also, Scott, are you a member of North Branch? Yeah, you're not.
I am.
And Tabby is. So we have people here who are,
Well, I am.
I think this would be really good, a really good opportunity for Joe to get out there, since he's not here tonight. But
me, Joe.
let's figure this out, but, let's see if Jeanette can give a legal opinion, because if they're gonna use that as a discussion point at their meeting, they're gonna have to have that available to people, and they're gonna have to have the opinion available, I would think. So, if they're gonna use that as the reason they want these entities out of free services or shared services, as I think it should be called, then we should make sure that the information is correct. Yes?
Not to belabor this, but as a courtesy, I would suggest that maybe a representative from your board contacts maybe the chairman of their board and have a discussion so that they understand that, and just know that, you know, because I'm gonna go for the school, even though I can't vote. You know, we had a pretty good relationship, and, you know, a 15%, 10% savings on their electric. They were the biggest consumer of the electric. Which could have, you know, we could have gone to other places with that too, but we wanted to help, you know, help them out. And, you know, so I think it would be a good, maybe a good avenue to talk to them ahead of time.
Yes, are you?
As the president of the Dover Historical Society, I don't get to vote.
No,
No,
all right, you're not a registered voter in North Branch.
you're not a resident, but you have to be a resident.
Resident.
Yeah. Of the,
When I was so
Of
happy
the
when I
water
wanted to,
district.
that I wasn't on the site. It's on my head again.
would you want to be included in that conversation since the school?
I could, but you know, I have no problem. I just thought, you know, it would be a nice courtesy just to let them know that the town has some concerns, so they have that information ahead of time, so that they can maybe find out the answers. Again, I'm just wondering if they were confused about the fire department, thinking that we would like to do the valley rescue.
Sounds like
But it
they,
says in the paper
Yeah.
that they've named the town office.
all of the ones that have been accepted. Travis, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
So, well, before you sign out, we'd like to have you kind of take stock of what kind of stuff you do for the North Branch Fire District in terms of plowing or equipment use and dumping. Would you try to get some numbers around what that might be worth?
And fuel.
And fuel.
Yeah, I can. I don't
Oh, they use our fuel?
know.
Oh,
I don't have much to do with them. We clean out a few things here and there, but that's it, not much.
But
Very
they do
little.
Dumping, right?
That they don't, I'm not sure about the transfer station. I'll have to check.
Would you check that? And
Yes, I
anything
will.
else- Anything else? And then we need to have Marco figure out the solar credit. Yes,
I was gonna say, recording costs.
recording costs, so the town clerk's office is involved. So I think we should try to get our hands around all of that, and I'll touch base with several people over the course of early next week and see what we can get. In terms of a handle on everything. And if anybody knows of anything else, Randy, I don't know, anybody, you know. I don't know.
No, we haven't been notified, so I mean, I don't know if that could be used as an argument. I mean, they notified you, I don't even know, I think I'm not sure, we haven't been either on that.
None of us had any.
No, I think, I thought at one time we all had put meters on,
But there's,
so they could read the gallons, that was back when Phil was still here.
but these are all new meters, they're all
Well, I
electronic.
think we still have the old one.
Yeah, I think, yeah, if a meter exists on a building, they may not have sent you a letter because they were specifically asking you to install them. And they may have only sent letters to the buildings that they didn't have or they didn't believe had meters on them.
Well, I believe it didn't you. But when they upgraded their meters, I got notified that I had to have a meter swapped out.
Right. I'm just wondering if, because at that time.
No, of course not.
Okay, right, but at that time, they were waiving all of these fees, so they may not have included police and the town office. I'm just wondering if that might be the explanation for why some entities got letters and some didn't.
Maybe.
I'll check tomorrow and see what I have for meter, check and see what he's done.
Okay, Dan.
They asked me to come and read the meter. So, I believe there's a meter. Well, we got two letters at the church. One, and then we responded, wrote a letter in response. But of course, we would have never had a meter, so maybe that theory is correct with the notifications. Okay.
Dan.
It's also requested an hour, when Charlotte Greenwald gave us the building that we provided water for the small building next to it. They utilize our water supply, and they do have a meter.
Okay. All right. Rich, I'll touch base with you early next week.
Okay, I'm Randy and I are gonna check our meters tomorrow, and then we'll just let you know, so then you know maybe that was that.
Maybe that's why.
But when they called, they would have thought they would have told me that.
Anything else on this? All right. Okay, under economic development, Eric.
One thing that didn't make it on because it just came in yesterday, the deadline for reporting on the ARPA money actually was extended from October 31st until April. I'm signed up for a webinar that's Take Time, Think Big to talk about the uses of those funds. So to start, the landowner agreements for SOVTA.
Yes, so thank you for contacting our attorney. So we have landowner agreements from SOVTA to construct and maintain trails at both the Dovertown Forest and Horse Hill. And Eric sent both of those to Cecil, Page, and Fletcher, and we had an opinion You want to surmise it there, Eric?
David from their office was pretty concerned about the vagueness of those contracts. The fact that it, would allow them to effectively do as they pleased in those properties without any real oversight from the town. There were no terms. I did reach out to SOVTA on Friday and ask them to resend with terms, like a term of a year and, a little bit more of an explanation about what it meant to maintain these trails, which we did not receive. I tried to reach out to them again today to invite them to join us for this conversation so they could clarify and did not hear back on that either. Basically, it's the opinion of David at the attorney's office that if they would like to conduct this maintenance on these town-owned properties, that they should be putting each of those projects in front of us when they're going to happen so that we have the right to approve them, set the boundaries on those projects and let them move forward. With an agreement like this, we kind of release that right, by signing these things. I did speak to Andy today. They do have an event coming up in November that would require, insurances and trail work and things like that. And there's still a way for us, and a very easy way for us to approve that for them and allow them to still hold. They're inviting CTA chapters from all around the state to come down and see the Overtown Forest and the work that was done in there. We can still allow them to do that. It's just that they would need to come put that specific piece in front of us because we won't be signing this blanket agreement on both of the properties.
And we also needed an insurance certificate.
Correct. So
Between 2 and 5 million. Coverage, minimum coverage. So, yeah, so at this point, we have no agreements we can really sign, and anything else we get back from them, we should probably run through the attorneys as well. Okay?
Okay. Town website update.
Hang on a moment, please.
You're up. We have a shiny new
Oops, hang on. There we go.
Town of Dover website. The website is completely compliant, which protects us from being sued, which is really great. And it is also entirely mobile friendly now. So anyone visiting on a smartphone or tablet will see the entirety of the website as opposed to just kind of all of the information that was on the previous website is on the current website. It may live in a different place than it did previously, but everything is up there. And after the first week of working through some bugs, I think we've got it in a pretty good place now. So if anybody has any questions, send them our way and we can help them out. But yeah, that's live.
Nice. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
I'm sure there'll be a few unknown things that are gonna pop up. So.
Probably, yes. But the company we're working with has already gone through on the back end, make sure that we're all updated on search engines, Google, Bing, so that people aren't finding dead pages.
Right.
So things are going well there.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
I forget it. How is the website ADA compliant?
Ask Erica.
Okay, so in order to make a website ADA compliant, you need to have everything that has a button also needs to have a corresponding text. Anything you put up image-wise also needs to have a corresponding text, so that if someone is vision impaired when they visit your site, their screen reader can read through all of the information that will be on the page. It also limits the amount of colors that you can use throughout a website, just in case someone happens to be colorblind. It also allows for any video we put up would need to have captions for anyone who's hearing impaired. So there's lots of things that go into a site being ADA. There was a rash. It was, what was it, like 2010,
Yeah.
2015, something like that. Of
2010,
people,
2012.
right, going to a municipal website or even a business website and saying, well, I'm blind, I can't tell what's on your website. And then they would sue for large amounts of money and they would win. So literally, since then, all of the professionally built websites have been shifting towards this ADA compliance. We also are now multilingual. Down the bottom of the page, there is an opportunity for
How many languages?
we had Spanish, and I believe. Yeah, there you go.
So if you put a picture up, you have to write a description of
You don't.
the
There's what,
colorful leaves and.
you don't. There's what they call alternate text. So it doesn't show up on the website, but if the screen reader hits that image, it'll read that alternate text. So as we put images on the website, you know, it's a required field to add that alternate text. So like for a news item, you know, it just says Town of Dover, or Town of Dover logo or something along those lines, so that people know.
that they're-
You know,
It's
what those-
buried in here. And there's an alt text tab. See div class, all of these fun little things. In there, there is one that says alt text, and that is the descriptor of whatever you're landing on, so that the page reader will pick it up. And every item and every element in here has an alt tag.
So then the main image on the website right now, you'll notice it's a lot of fall type pictures. We can set that seasonally, and the group of pictures we have now actually change every time you reload the website. So if you visit the website and then visit again, that picture should update. So that's. Any questions on the study?
No,
Thank you.
Dover launch.
Dover launch. So we ended up with 12 initial applicants, which we were very happy with. The fact that there's that many people who are ready to give up their day jobs and start their own business is pretty promising. So we were happy with the amount of applicants. The judges have since narrowed the applicants down to 5 semifinalists who have been connected with the Waive plan software and their mentors. They will be getting us their final business plans by October 22nd for the judges school. And narrow that down to 3, and then on November 18th, put it on your calendars. We will be having a public event. COVID hopefully will not affect that, where the 3 finalists will be making a presentation to the judges, and the winner will be chosen that night. Of the 5 semifinalists that were selected, there are no duplications of goods or services, so we were very happy about that, and there's some really great ideas that came out of it. Anyone who didn't make it through to the semifinals has also been notified that they would be eligible to talk with the BCC about the loan program that we set. Hoping to see some buildings fill up here shortly. Any questions on that? Okay, in front of you, if you will accept it, is the Dover Valley Trail A- cost proposal from Lamoureux and Dickinson for $26,302. Lamoureux and Dickinson had done the A portion of our engineering for us on this project before it went down a few years ago. So what you're looking at is phase B and phase C, phase B being engineering design and phase C being construction engineering. So they would be handling all of the engineering for the bridge and the trail across Dover Road. We just need to, this is the next piece. Fussin O'Neill is currently working on finalizing, I believe we have either 1 or 2 more landowner agreements that just need a little, we're gonna do some painting and visualization with landowners to get this signed, but we're in good shape there. So this would be the next step, is to allow Lamoureux and Dickinson to move forward with the engineering.
Okay, so without those few easements that are pending, that you feel comfortable? Okay,
Yes.
um,
Well, yes.
Sarah,
The property on Dover Road is being sold. So the negotiations and retro with the current owner may not be applicable anymore.
so it's on the market?
Well, yeah, I think there's one.
Okay.
So if you'd like, I can contact Lamoureux and Dickinson and say that we, you know, if you want to do it this way, that we agree pending the signatures on those.
Yeah, because we don't actually have these, right, at this moment.
We have. Either 1 or 2 there currently signed. But like Bowl Road, and then I do need to get Travis to do some painting for the curves. so that they have the general idea of that's what they're doing on their property.
Okay, I'd really like to have those easements
Okay.
until I hate to push it, I don't want it to go slower, but without those easements, we could expend some money that may not be for anything, because you can't do this without. the
No,
easements.
and I totally understand. The only reason I put this in front of you is because we've been waiting for like 6 months for this to come in. So this is, even if we don't make a vote on it tonight, just know that this is the expense for the engineering portion of this project.
I think that if we'd had those two easements, the board probably, we would have voted on it, and it probably would have been in the affirmative, but without those, you just don't know.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, we will get the final two easements and from there, we can move back.
We never officially got a signature from him, did we?
No, that would have made this entire process much easier. Granted, there's still, we never wanted to take it this route, but there is still the, DOT taking control of that land, but I would much rather deal with it the way we have discussed with these. So I will get on Fuss and O'Neill to finalize those easements and take another look at the engineer.
Thank you for the update.
Okay,
And lastly, we have the quarterly update.
and that's me again. So 1% tax, 62,761.34 from August 13th through May. Oh, sorry. Well, we received it on August 13th from May 15th through August 10th. Same payment last year, so we're at a 42% increase this year, and a 20% decrease from 2019. Right, but that's still better than I think we're averaging around 33% down through. So it's nice to see that we're coming back up there. There's the Dover launch update. We did make the last payment on the barrel program, and you guys revoted or reapproved the contract through 2024 for that. We'll have those in the next couple of years. Gas, we're only at 20% of our budget. Do it projects are moving along. Does anybody have any questions on our update? You see the financials on the back there, which you put together.
Anybody have any questions from the Economic Development Department concerning the update or anything else? All right. Thank you very much, Eric. And that's it. Okay, consent agenda. We need to approve the minutes of September 21st, 2021.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Any comments, corrections, or changes? All in favor? Aye. Okay, we also have to approve the warrants of October 2nd for $122,951.11.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion about the warrants? Not hearing none. All in favor? FYI, there's a Trails and Rec Committee meeting on October 10th. The mover service is coming to Butterfield Common on the 18th. I assume they're going to do some kind of celebration. I know that's a long desired service of residents at Butterfield. Planning Commission is meeting on October 25th. The Deerfield Valley Stump Jumpers Landowners Appreciation Dinner is October 30th, and the board is usually invited to that. And if you want to go, you have to RSVP by October 24th. So you've got, you can have chicken marsala, prime rib, or salmon. So, who wants to go?
Yes, I just had a couple more FYIs that I neglected to put on there. One, I just wanted to mention, at Katie's food truck, she's on Sunday, having a craft fair starting at 10. And also, the concert in the park is at 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Septiacon, and the proceeds are going to the East Oak River Fire Department. Very nice, Phil, with that Phil Williams, to continue his fundraising efforts. Anything else under FYIs? Anybody have any more? There is an opportunity for anybody who wants. Rich, do you know if the hearing for the waiting study, is it closed yet?
I don't know.
You saw the
information stuff.
Not actively, yeah, someone says, yeah, I'm not actively pursued.
I did sign up, but I signed up as soon as I saw it. And it doesn't tell you that you made it or you didn't make it, it just says thank you.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and then last night at the River Valleys meeting, I got approval to speak on behalf of the River Valleys board. So,
So I looked to see if it was full yesterday. I tried to sign up and it didn't, it was gonna let me sign up. I don't know if I can do it. I mean, I'd rather have some other voices. It'd be really great if they could get some people from some towns who are gonna be negatively impacted who think it should be done.
I know that the group is really putting the word out, trying to get a lot of people there. And again, Scott came to our board meeting last night and, agreed to talk also, especially with a former teacher in the district that's got some issues, and then, the town supporting.
So you didn't get the link to sign up? I'll forward you the email from Adam when I get it. Okay?
Sure, and I'll find out one more thing, because he's usually really good about that.
Okay, right, and that's on the 29th of October,
I believe so.
11:30 to 1:30, it can be Zoom or in person. You're
And I
zooming
think
in?
when I signed up to do Zoom just in case. But I'm not sure how it all works. I don't know if you can still go up and if it's more valuable to go up.
And you can also send in written testimony, that's also another avenue.
Well, what I read, I'm gonna submit in writing too.
Anything else, FYIs, any liaison reports? Hearing none. Do we need an executive session? I'm unaware. Well, saying that, I am going to adjourn this meeting at 7:33 p.m. Thank you all.
Recording is now stopped.